Hello, I'm ABX Toycat, and welcome back to QnA Saturday. QnA Saturday is a weekly, at least sometimes it is, series I run on my channel where I answer your questions about a variety of subjects, usually focused on the next big update for Minecraft console. However, today, because Minecraft console news has been a bit of a lull, because we've got to wait till something comes out, basically what I figured I'd do is I'd start up the QnA Saturday again, but talking about general Minecraft and just general life questions. So that's what I've got for you today. Hopefully you do all enjoy it. If you do, please do like the video and let me know, because it helps out the channel a lot and lets me want to see more QnA Saturday. So all these questions do come from the comment section of the Breaking Minecraft More video, I think. And if you want to ask any for next week, leave them in the comments down below. Ask about anything you want to, and we'll pick some random questions from there. So with that said, final thing is this does have face cam, you might notice. And I know my color balance and my lighting's always off on this stuff. I need to fix that for the future. Some days I'm blue, some days I'm red, and there's also just a big light over there, which you can't see anything from. But with that said, let's get straight into it with the first question already, which is a really frequent one I get on streams, on just everything. Because I guess if you haven't seen me answer this before, it's not one I usually say, because I just call myself Toycat Online. But here you can see 4 people in a row basically asking, what's your name in some different form. So yeah, my name in real life is Andrew. That's my official name. Honestly though, on the internet, I call myself Toycat. A lot of people online call me Toycat, and most people call me Toycat. It's just kind of the thing right there. And yeah, that's, in case you're curious, my real name's Andrew. And the second most common question is stuff like, oh, how old are you? I'm 20 right now. I'm going to be 21 in a few months though. So if you want to remember 21, you can. There's your go right there. So that's the answer to the 2 most common questions. Now I don't have to answer this question for another 3 or 4 months. So with that said, let's get straight into the second question, shall we? Which comes in from Suicidal Sloth 99, who asks, what's the funniest / weirdest thing that's happened to you on Minecraft and in real life? What's the funniest, weirdest thing that's happened in Minecraft? A story that comes to mind is, I guess, so when Minecraft Xbox 360 was relatively new, maybe it had 1 or 2 updates, basically me and my friends used to play a lot, just make a random world, just join and play and stuff, and one time, while we were just doing stuff, one of my friends was like, come and look at this, Toycat, because I was making some map videos at the time. Have you seen this before? And it's just a blue creeper, right? And we all know what that means now, but it's just a blue creeper, and it's like, that's interesting, so we go near it, and it doesn't explode or even, start expanding, so, which I'm just playing it the whole time, punching at stuff, and I believe what just happened is eventually, it did come back and it just exploded, and it's like, well, now I know about charged creepers. So yeah, that was my charged creeper experience the first time, and it was pretty wacky. And in real life, the only funny weird story that ever comes to mind is one that I can't tell because it's almost humble braggy. So that's the answer to your question right there, Suicide Loft 99. Let's get into the next question, which is from Lager More, who asks #Q+A. I love that everyone just has all the random hashtags that you don't need to hashtags don't even work in YouTube comments, but #Q+A. What mic and editing software do you use? So to answer your question, what mic do I use? You can see it right here. If I tap it, you can tell that's the mic. This is a Rode Podcaster right here. It's a very long. I think it's a really effective mic. I really like the size of this thing. It's kind of imposing on the room. It kind of shows it's a microphone thing. But yeah, it's one of the best USB input mics you can get. You can get a tiny bit extra quality if you go for a Procaster or a Yeti Pro or all those other ones. But they're XLR inputs, and if you don't know what mics are, then I probably bored a lot of you. But yeah, this is a Rode Podcaster. It's kind of like the step up from just having a stand mic or something, and I think it's pretty useful. So yeah, it's also held, by the way, by a mic stand. So if you're wondering how I move it, there's a stand back there that moves it. So that's why sometimes it's over there, and you can't hear me. Oops, yeah. Sometimes it's over there, sometimes it's down here, pointing up, and let's just move it from there from now on. So yeah, that's the answer to your question. Oh, it doesn't stand up. But yeah, what mic editing software do I use? I use a Rode Podcaster, and I use Adobe Premiere, which is where I'm reading your question right now. This is not gonna. Okay, let's just do this. So yeah, that's the answer to your question. Let's move on to the next one. This is a really cheap mic stand, by the way. The next question comes in from Emily Knight, or Emily K2005, who asks #QnA Saturday. How was your day? My day has been pretty good so far. It's only 11 a.m. As I record this, because I've got a really busy day today, because I've got to prepare for flights to Stony, which are tomorrow. But they're basically today, where you leave at midnight. But yeah, I've got to go get all that stuff done. But yeah, busy day, but it's pretty good so far. And when does 1.9 come out for console? 1.9 comes out for console at some point in 2016, almost certainly. I would bet money on that. That's all I'll say. And then they say, will it be the next, big update that brings something new? I think, honestly, it's going to be hard to say. I think the ideal scenario would be 1.9 comes out in the June/July update this year. I don't think that's too likely. I think we're going to get something then, whether it's part of 1.9, whether it's just all the 1.8 and past features we're missing, or whether it's just, realms or just some random stuff like that. I'm not entirely sure. But Minecraft 1.9 is coming to console almost certainly this year. Again, that's what I can say with a lot of certainty. And what I want to believe is it's coming out in June. But what I realistically believe is December. So that's the answer to your question right there, and everything I can kind of say about that. And there's your Minecraft console update question. Now it's the real QnA Saturday. But let's get into the next question, which comes in from Akash Pipiao, who asks, "Can you start a daily series, Toycat? I really love your videos, so I don't care what it's on as long as it's entertaining." So the only reason I don't have a truly daily series, even though I upload 2 videos a day, is because I kind of like the variety in what I do, and I know that is there anything that really could be done daily? You know, like the Let's Play. I did Let's Play week once, but it was actually kind of tricky to like just record and think something new each day. But also, you know, it wasn't the most appealable things. I think a lot of people subscribe to me for the variety content, which has a lot of downsides. You know, people complain that they want this particular element of variety, but I think for the most part, it's actually a pretty cool little system. So I'd love to have a daily series, and sometimes on the second channel, IBX2Cat, when I'm playing for a game, it's like a daily series. But besides that, I don't actually have one. So that's why I don't have one. Hopefully I at least answered that part of the question. And let's move on to the next one, which comes in from Ella Seller, who asks, "I asked you this in a live stream. How have you confused?" So here it is in full. "What's your greatest achievement in life and Minecraft?" Greatest achievement in Minecraft, honestly, I think about it, it's probably the insane sugarcane farm. Like, it goes all the way from bedrock, all the way up to, all the way up to max sky height. And to me, that's like, no one else has probably done this in survival. No one else probably wanted to, but points for me right there. And then what's your greatest achievement? So that's my greatest achievement in Minecraft. I'd say, I mean, maybe I've done something better. Or it could be something... Did you hear that? Like, my door just, like, broke open for no reason. Anyway, but yeah, so that's the first one right there. A biggest achievement in Minecraft is probably the sugarcane farm. Or maybe it's, you know, beating the Ender Dragon using only my fist in Minecraft. But yeah, and then also what's your greatest achievement in real life? Honestly, this might seem weird to say, but it's probably the YouTube channel, because... It's something that it's one of those 1 in 1,000 chances being a YouTuber, and it's something I do what I really, really like that I've grown. I haven't grown, a lot of people grow because they associated with X next YouTuber, but for me, like, it's just been growing from the ground up based on the videos, and that's something I've always been really, really proud of. So it's one of my greatest achievements, if not the greatest one. Maybe there's something cool, like I jumped out of an airplane once and I forgot. But yeah, that's the answer to your question, Ella Seller. I think spent a few bit too long on that, because I'm still spooked out by my door just... whatever. So let's move to the next question, shall we? Which comes in from Tomobi106 AVFC, who asks, hashtag Q&A, what code languages do you know? So a lot of people ask stuff like this because I mentioned that I did. I recently was in college for like a bunch of programming related stuff. The funny thing is, even though I did an entire course in computer science and a lot of that was programming, I cannot code in a single language. And I probably shouldn't go into too much depth on why I can't. But basically, yeah, I can read pretty much any basic semi-basic language. Like, I can read JavaScript, I can read PHP, I can read HTML, I can read CSS, I can do all these things, and I can write in them really basically, but I can't make anything complex. I don't have the brain that can separate it into, oh, we'll do the if statement here and that statement there. So yeah, I don't like to say I know any code languages, but I'm vaguely familiar with most of the common ones. Because I made a website, or not made, I like kind of customized the website in PHP like 8 years ago. Still have no idea how to actually make stuff like that work. So yeah, I'm really hesitant to say I know any code languages, which is really bizarre to say, but that's just that's a whole story, isn't it? So anyway, let's move on to the next question, which comes in from Jason Nichols, who asks, if you could add a boss fight to Minecraft, what would you add? So yeah, I actually made a whole video on this one, didn't I? But the one that I've been thinking about this more and more, because after I make a video, there's a part of me that's like, oh no, there's so much more I want to say on the topic, but now I can't because it's repeating a video. But one of the things with boss fights in Minecraft, one that's been really bugging me is like the giant slime. I kind of offhandedly mentioned it like, yeah, that'd be really cool because it's time-based. But the king slime is such a cool idea for a boss. I saw like images while I was searching for something else of like a mod of the king slime. It's like, this is the coolest thing ever. Why is this not in the game? So if I could add any boss fight to Minecraft, probably the king slime, because it's so easy. And it could be so cool. But realistically, I want to see the red dragon, because I'd love to see another dragon. Like, the end dragon and the wither are really cool fights because they're tricky. I'd like to see a third fight, even if it's not as difficult as the wither, just for variety. So any hard boss fight I'd like, but realistically, king slime. Yeah. So let's move on to the final question here, shall we? Which comes in from Ocelot Gaming Minecraft, who asks, hashtag Q. Also, look at the picture. It's an ocelot, like, oh, that's cute. But hashtag Q&A. What convinced you to start your YouTube channel? So what convinced me to start my YouTube channel? Okay, I'll talk about my first one from 2007, because I started my first YouTube channel before YouTube gaming was like a thing, really. It seemed like it was just vloggers and stuff back then. But yeah, basically in 2007, some of my friends were just goofing around on YouTube, making weird like comedy skits and whatnot. And I got really into Guitar Hero, and I was like, I'm so good at Guitar Hero, people need to see this. So I recorded with my phone. It was 240p video apparently. Just me playing Guitar Hero. It's terrible, and it's funny to look back and think about that stuff. And then later on, it turned out, like maybe 2 years later, one of my friends was just talking about, like, because I didn't know you could record consoles with, like, you know, the way it works with the capture cards. And one of my friends just talking about, oh yeah, you can just buy a Dazzle. It costs X amount, and you can just do it that way. I look on Amazon that night. It's the exact amount I have in my bank account, and boom, after that, I started making videos like that. It slowly started expanding, and here we are today. So what convinced me to start? Whenever I play a video game, I always like have this desire to share it with people. Like, whether, you know, even when someone's just sitting next to me playing, like while I'm playing video games, it's like, yeah, this is cool. We got like a cool. I know that there's something weird about how video games are mostly a asocial thing, right? You're not being social, but I like the almost social aspect of it, and I guess that's why I talk to the internet about Minecraft every day. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you did like it, please do... Oh, that's the last question, by the way. If you did like it, please do like it and let me know. Share if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here. I make videos like this one every single day on my channel, and if you subscribe, you'll see them daily on your homepage. One final point, actually. The comment thing. Leave a comment if you want to ask questions for next week, and I'll try and get better at looking at the camera, because I literally have to look there to look at the questions, and here's where I am, and up here's where you are, except when I look there. It's a mess. So yeah, that's everything. I hope you all enjoyed it. Goodbye. Wait, goodbye. The mic was locking it there. So this is why we should lower it down there. But goodbye.